foremost, like turn and face the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations. Hopefully they got there pushing his word of truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing me up out of here. All right, we the brother GMS Mississippi camp, come on another weekly camp. All right, and we're going to go into war. All right, destruction. You see. And the transition of power, all right? Because what we're living in real time is the true transition of power, man, from one people to another. Matter of fact, let's get that in Sirach 10 and 4, and then jump down to verse 8, Bible shot, okay? Because this is happening in real time. The transition is already in progress, okay? Everything that needs to happen, all right, for this place to be taken down is already in place, man. The missiles are in place. Okay, the tension between these nations are in place. Okay, the awakening of Israel is in place. The technology for the MOTV is in place, man. So all the dominoes, all right, are lined up, okay, for this place, all right, to be taken out of power. And Yahweh trying to usher in his power, man. Okay? Yeah, you got it.
Hey, this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 1. And the point is in the beginning. For all this I consider in my mind.
Yep.
Even to declare all this,
yep,
that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High.
Yep. So everything is in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is in his control. Okay? And ultimately his hand is Yahushua. Because everything was given over to Yahushua. So what we're seeing is the Most High doing a mighty work in the earth, man. And see, we have to understand, Esau was never meant to be in power forever. Okay? He was a whipping tool for us, man. He was propped up to be our punishment for our disobedience. And now as we've learned, from our mistake, okay, now the Lord is ready to do away with the whipping stick, man, which Esau eat. Go ahead.
Jump to the NLT saying Ecclesiastes 9:1. This too I carefully explored, even though the actions of the godly and wise people are in the Most High's hands. No one knows whether the Most High will show them favor.
Yeah, so it's a thing of enduring to the end. That's right. Because as we see we're at the end, the thing is still to endure. There's still a fight. And the biggest fight that we're going to fight is ourselves, man. That's why as we come into the time of the Passover, it's that time of self-reflection, self-examination, okay, making adjustments, okay, because this is the first day of the year. This is our new year today. Okay, the new moon that just passed brought in what, the first day of the month. So this is our real new year. You see how the day was lively? I don't know if y'all just, but the day was lively. Like I was at the park, man, you just felt that restoration. You just feel that vibe, man, like, yeah. You see? And then you got all this tension in the earth, okay? You had them, you had Zelensky and them arguing in the Oval Office, man. Yeah, these niggas tripping, man. But this beautiful, man. You got
1 Corinthians 2 and 15. But he that is spiritual judge all things. Yep. Yet he himself is judge of no man.
And if you in the spirit, there's no way you can think that this place has 1,000 years left. You can't think this place has 100 years left. If you in the spirit, of prophecy, which is the spirit of Yahushua, there's no way you can think that we're not in those times, like it won't happen in this lifetime, man. We fully persuaded it's gonna be this lifetime, man. Like if you're in the spirit, there's no way that this shit can continue on. The way that Esau trended, he's not gonna be able to sustain this shit for another 10, 20, 30 years, 100 years, centuries. Like, nah, man. Because he got to make a move. Because the scripture say he know if he have one short time, and we don't know what he's seen in that looking glass. And we don't know the Most High threw him a number out there.
Well, remember 2012, you received what, tickle?
Yep.
Or takal,
yep.
Meaning you've been judged.
Yep.
Because in the Hebrew it's takal, meaning you have been judged. So yes, you've seen something. You probably seen the Israelites along with Yahushua ruling. Your beloved elite being dragged out of those goddamn what you call it? Those bunkers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And from hell. So you seen something in order to afford what you're trying to do right now.
Hey, because you think about it, Esau, he has some type of spirituality for the way he be moving right now in this day and time. in order for him to see something like this. So Esau, the man of sin, has that type of mindset that he knows he has but a short time. And you have Israelites, the ones that are of the circumcision, they saying for like another 1,000 years. Like you got a man that's not programmed to be spiritual, Esau Edom, but you have 2/3 of our people in that mindset. You born in Esau's kingdom. You're delaying Yahushua's coming. So by that mindset, or by that take, or that notion, you're an enemy of the cross.
Yeah, because Sakari, if I can just add one more point, Sakari is really offended in Yahushua. And what do I mean by offended in Yahushua? Meaning the doctrine. You know, you don't want to break down the true essence of break, which was a protocol if that incident happened. Meaning, if you break it, you buy it. You know, you don't believe, you got questions with Hebrews, you got questions with Esther, you don't prophesy. So ultimately, Yahushua comes in the volume of the book, and you're just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
And they got Paul and Luke and Mark.
Yeah, Luke and Mark.
And he wasn't eyewitnesses to Yahushua's walk.
Nigga, you wasn't either.
No, you got hey, because and that's the thing too, because it all ties into the end, like we're talking about. Because, like you say, they delay Yahushua coming. Because Jake image of Yahushua. Because Jake want to be that guy. See, in this setup, Sakari get to play that guy. Nate, they get to play that guy. That's why that's why you can't even go to IUIC and get the name. You're like, damn, I can't. You won't even. Okay, y'all don't call the name, but you ain't gonna tell me the name. That's like some hatred shit. You know, like some true hatred. And then what Sakari on with that shit, we don't worship Yahushua. You know, yeah, that's true hatred, man. You know, and that's what and that shit comes like females. Because females, what do they do when they really don't like you? Like the woman to be petty any way she can. Yeah, that's what them niggas be doing, petty. They're doing little shit that don't even make sense. Being petty because it's true hatred for Yahushua, man. And Yahushua coming to address all this shit. Yahushua gonna preserve you, a lot of you niggas, so he can deal with you personally, man. A lot of
he pushes the name.
Yep.
He said that's why the scripture said, well, Matthew the 7th chapter, just because you said Lord, Lord, that doesn't mean you're gonna be saved.
Yep.
And you got like what's the name, Captain Crunch, ISUPK, Captain Cesario, by saying he keep all the laws. So the Lord Yahushua, we don't know that he's gonna hold you according to that standard when he comes back. You know?
Okay, so you keep all the laws, but where's your phylactery? That's a law. So you're breaking one law. And according to the book of James, if you break one, you break all.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 37.
Yep.
Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching.
Yep.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them.
And that's the highest honor you can have. You know, if a king invites you to a feast, and that king himself serves you, that's the highest honor that you can have at that feast. You know, you can sit at the table with the king, that's an honor. You can sit at his right hand, that's a high honor. But if that king come and pour you wine, bring you a meal, that's the highest honor you can have, because it's being done in front of everyone. So those that are watching, Yahushua is going to give us the greatest honor. We're going to be beamed up, we're going to be changed, you see? And ultimately, when we come down out those chariots, man, hey, the Lord is going to break bread with us, man. Give us portions of the earth, man. You got it, bro.
Verse 38. If he shall find, if he shall come in the second watch or in the third watch and find them so, blessed are those servants.
Yeah, the second watch or the third watch. Hey, because that's a precept, because that's another thing they like to bring up, the year 2000. Okay? Well, the apostle was on their watch. That was the second watch. Now we're in the third watch. And this is the watch he's going to come. Okay? So here it is. We're in the third watch. We're on the brink of all these promises, man. Like I said, Yahushua is coming to divide the earth, okay, amongst his brethren, man. Y'all niggas don't want the earth? Here it is, Jacob, all this shit in America, but then Yahushua, I'm going to give you the earth. Because true wealth is the earth.
The priest will. I figured it out. Hey, so Elder Z, if you live in a penthouse, you have multiple accounts, you have multiple women, you'll be comfortable. These niggas are comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the reason why we're screaming out, crying out, looking the way we look is because we're oppressed. We're tired. So the more pressure, the more hell you go through, the more you want out.
Yep.
The more comfortable you in, the more you want to stay.
Yes,
I'm
more
good.
loyal. Yep. The more Jake loyal to this shit. You know, because they set up. And then Jake just ain't got no integrity in him, man. At the end of the day, Jake don't have no integrity, and Jake don't want the house shot to rule, man. Just like the matriarch don't want Jake to come back. That's why Jake, like the matriarch, they're so triggered when Jake got a passport, when Jake started dealing with other women. They don't want Jake to come in any form of power. You know, and a lot of these niggas don't want your house shot to come into power, man. They want to chill here. Because even on that, them niggas like Sakari ain't got more than Daniel had. He didn't have more than Joseph had. He didn't have more than Moses had. He didn't have more than Abraham. So these niggas ain't got no integrity, man. And that's that hatred for your house shot that the niggas got, man. Go ahead, bro.
So Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Yeah, oppression, just like the brother was getting into. This is why the Lord keep us in a certain stead to keep us on edge. He don't want us to get too comfortable, man. All right? We're not here, all right, to be laid up in America, man. Okay? We're not here, all right, for this traditional lifestyle, these white picket fence lifestyle, man. Or this upper middle class, you know, lifestyle, just nothing but comforts, man. Brothers got what they got, but at the end of the day, the Lord always gives us some type of thorn and vexation to keep us on edge, man. You know, to where we always come to the conclusion, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man. You know? You got it, bro. You moan it.
Yeah, it says, and a gift destroyed the heart.
Yep, and the gift destroyed the heart. So what we're seeing in these men's minds are destroyed because of their constant comfort, man. You know? Even like you see, cause you see that argument with Zelensky and Trump in the White House, and what I seen was a whole different form of masculinity. Like you see Zelensky like that Eastern way is just so rough and, you know, but then you talk to these Edomites in America, it's so soft and pampered. Like that nigga J.D. Vance trying to be tough. You know, like nigga, get out of here, nigga. You know, office working nigga talking about some war. And Zelensky asked that nigga, well, how many times you been in Ukraine? That nigga said, I seen it on TV. I seen the reports. Like, get your ass out of here, man.
And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Even an argument like that shouldn't even been televised.
Nah,
You
you know. It wasn't, you know, it was a script because all those guys are actors. But you just see one thing, you know, just that natural, because you from over there, so you're going to act a particular way. Because Khabib like that, you know, the UFC, that real grave spirit, he don't talk a lot, he tear your ass up.
Well, Priest, what about, you know, our jumpers? Solomon Dunn.
Yeah.
You remember how he used to carry himself? Very rough with master.
There's a word that the Romans used to use called gravitas.
Yeah.
There's a seriousness. Seriousness held in great dignity.
Yep.
So men, they held that to a high esteem, being serious, to a high regard.
Yep. And America a clown show, man.
Yeah.
You know, America's a goddamn clown show, man. And the point was, we're going to these guys comfortable, but America as a whole can make you comfortable. Because you can make $45,000 a year and be in a comfortable position in this bitch. You know, like you can, you know, roommate with somebody and you can be comfortable as motherfucker. You know? Yeah. Everything can be, because as men, you know, we're really supposed to be out in the element. You know, really learning, supposed to be constantly learning, conquering nature and shit, man. But this shit here, man, this goddamn, what y'all call this, metropolitan, really go back to, I know you in Chappaq going to.
Like Mother City?
Mother City.
Yeah.
You know? This shit ain't, this ain't even a natural environment for men. You know?
When you think about it, man, comfort will take you off your guard.
Yeah.
You know, just imagine, you know, you got your city and you got your Washington, and them niggas up there getting comfortable, kicking their feet back and fuck around and doze off. You know, you would get sacked, man. But that's going into like Sakari and them guys so comfortable, they don't forget their position. They supposed to be on post. They supposed to be reporting the things that are happening via prophecy, man. But their comfort has caused them to start slumbering back into sleep, man. And they're not doing what they're supposed to do as prophets by some outside because they are not prophets, man. They are worldly men filling their belly to gain status in this society, man.
And you still pushing Crips, orange and blue. You know? So I don't give a good goddamn, well, how many days you go out? You can go out from Sunday to goddamn into the following Sunday. If you're not rightly dividing the truth and what you're doing, you will be destroyed. Because a nigga like you too arrogant to fucking repent. Unless the Most High just put that mercy on you. But you may be one of those pillars that will be stuck in the fire. Irons are stuck in the fire. According to Zechariah the 3rd chapter.
No, I got two for you, bro. First one in Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Yeah, puffed up. And see, that happened too when you be so overhyped on the internet. You know, you got these fanboys, all right? Because Jake like to be entertained. Jake like controversy, you know? So all these gimmicks, you know, where you debating, and then you use sensationalism when you talk about the apostle. See, Jake like that disrespectful shit, you know? Like a man disrespecting, you know, the elders. Like Jake like that shit. And niggas like that shit, that disrespectful shit.
Well, wait a minute. And I was thinking about this. What about the presidents? The presidents who we see that are so-called elected, how old are they? They're not 25 years old.
No.
They're not 30.
No.
It's 60, 70 something.
Yep.
But when it comes to the truth, the apostles, they're too old to preach.
Yeah.
That's madness.
And Sakari, he'll want to spot the apostle to heart guy just to nigga it out. You know, that's all he would do, just nigga it out.
Yep.
It'll be a very dark, you know, it'd be like Scar on the Lion King.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be very dark and dry, all right, and nigga it out, man. You know?
You exploit it.
Yeah.
Exploit it.
Yep.
Leading brothers to destruction, man.
Yep.
Because he ain't gonna be doing what he's supposed to do as a true follower of Yahweh Shah.
And like Elder Yahshua to say, at the end of the day, these guys ain't fit to be leaders, man. That's what we see. And the Lord is grooming leaders, man. Okay? After the mold of Yahweh Shah. So if you don't worship Yahweh Shah by default, you're not one of his, and you're not fit to be a leader. If them niggas like that, they gonna be the least in the kingdom, man. You know? They gonna be the least in the kingdom, as the scriptures say, man. Okay? You got it, bro.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Yep.
Prove your own selves.
And the point, that's the reason why I brought out that 1 Corinthians 12 topic. You know, no man can judge you because you're examining your own self.
Yep.
You know?
Know ye not your own selves?
Yep. And that's the thing, you gotta be honest with yourself. I've been listening to y'all boy lately, Bruce Lee. He said the worst thing you can do is be dishonest with yourself. You know? Because you can self-examine, but you can't be biased. You know, because you can self-examine and be biased. Trying to justify some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you gotta be really honest when you examine yourself. Like, nah, this shit gotta go. Like, just going to their living, you know? Moving their living. See, them niggas got 11, and now their living has affected their whole look, man.
And 11, by definition, is born with corruption.
Yep. You know? And you gotta constantly examine because that shit is embedded in us. Like, you gotta know the nature. Like, you look at what America done to us, you really gotta be honest. Like, this shit is embedded in us, man. To where you gotta constantly examine, like, shit. You know? It's like, because even being born again is level. Because you can be born again, then you can hear something, another perspective. When you go through an experience, you have to be born again. Like, damn, I got that shit off. You know, I gotta kill that shit. You know, it's a constant process until the kingdom comes, man.
You can't be stuck on no law, no sin.
Nah.
Because for the most part, most of us, we've been more Americanized than Easternized.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a constant work every day. Constant fight. You look at Sakari, man, you got dark counsel, it's opponents.
That boy Lakers Hill.
Or drinking orange soda. You know, that just shows that's childish leadership right there. That's not going to be fit for in the kingdom of God.
You got it.
How then Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate.
Reprobate means born of judgment. And you can see how these men moving if they're born of judgment, man. All right? These are bad judgment calls. See, it's cute now because people not dying behind it. But it's going to come a time when poor leadership is going to have a lot of Israelites being put to death, man. Unprotected. Because you're moving in the off spirit, you're moving outside of the hedge. Like you're always going to protect the hedge. He got y'all operating outside the hedge. You know, he got y'all being disrespectful to leadership. He got you all over the place on doctrine. You still got that nigga spirit on you. Yahweh Shah not dealing with that shit. Ain't none of that bullshit gonna be protected. You see? And this, like I say, this is why Jake gonna come in the kingdom with shame, because it's gonna be known that you led thousands, maybe millions of Israelites to death with that bullshit you was on.
Purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose.
You know?
And hey, the scripture said that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is in you. So if the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is in you, meaning the spirit, that means you're gonna have the testimony, the spirit of prophecy, man. So if you're not prophesying, then it's apparent that the Lord is not dealing with you because his spirit not upon you, man.
And if you lying, that's bearing false witness. Because Sakari, they keep the law too. They boast in the law. But you lying, so you bearing false witness. You know? Because you here it is, you're saying that the apostles teach that it's okay. Nobody taught that it was okay to do that now. You know them men weren't teaching to do that now. They went into
No, go ahead.
so it's just like this. If I'm studying Greek history and I go into the customs of the Greek and I bring it out and explain it, and I'm giving somebody the okay to go do that shit now? Because it was okay during the Greek Empire. So when we bring out our history of how we handle a certain situation, now we green light that. Come on, man.
And I'm gonna say this: where's the visuals? Where's the visuals of those instructions? Where are the receipts? Receipts means to receive. Where are the receipts? Where are the victims? Where are the witnesses? Where are the court convictions at, man? You know, but you talk about the law, but like the priest is saying, you're bearing false witness by default. You're breaking the law.
I mean, yeah, bro. And as the brother go into, even when you bringing out the Greek customs and all that shit's still going on to this day. You know, then you got the victims coming forth, you know, and basically crying out. You know what I'm saying? But here it is, them accusations, you know, basically accusing, you know, of those, you know, here everything that's against American policies and all this shit, you know, that'll get you locked away. Hey, man, that shit heavy, you know. Hey, you basically, they want to, again, when you do that shit, that's basically you're accusing your brother of something they can get him convicted of and put him in prison for life. You know, you're taking their life.
I'm gonna say this too. The more polite, we talk the same kind of cash money shit, talk all that shit. When Papa broke it down, said, if this happened, this what you do, this what you do. And that's all the Papa doing. If this happened, and that nigga done the thing, he done it.
Now what he doing? Hugging on my mama from the jail.
In the jail. You keep talking shit like that, you gonna get what the Lord gonna bring to you. Keep dropping your motherfucking guns.
And if I could add, bro, if he's keeping the law and he's, you know what I'm saying, keeping the law in his spirit, why is his head covered? Is that lawful? Do a prophet supposed to teach with his head covered?
He don't believe in Apostle Paul, the writings of Apostle Paul.
Prophet don't believe in the prophet.
Yeah, we got a kid in there. Hey, this is Proverbs, Steve Seagal quoted to it. Proverbs 25 and 18. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe.
Hey, telling lies about others is harmful hitting someone with an axe. You know, because there's actual repercussions behind that.
Yeah,
You see? But there are defamation of character.
that's right.
You know, you destroying the man's livelihood, man. Just like them guys, what they did to the brothers in Dallas in that business, man. That's not gonna go unpunished, man. You know, but that show hatred for you. And then ain't that the law not to have hatred for your brother?
That's right.
So if you put your brother in the harm's way, you know, to be where his name can be destroyed, like you say, he can face prison or face false allegations. Yeah, his image. You destroy his ability to make an income.
That's it.
That's like killing the
That's
man.
it. That's it. That's it, bro. That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read it again. Proverbs 25 and 18, priest. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe, wounding them with a sword, or shooting them with a sharp arrow.
Yeah, shooting them. That's you know. So lying on people, just like what they lie. They going to Iraq for weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
Millions died behind that shit. You had people signing up for the military based on some bullshit, thinking they fight, you know, to prevent terrorism in America, man. But they fighting the war of the elites. Civilians were put to death based on this nigga lying, weapons of mass destruction, man. You see? So a lie is a very dangerous thing, man. And then see, it goes also, these men do not have honor, man. One thing about it, you know, there was always an honor code amongst men, a certain honor code, man. You know, even with Alexander, when he conquered the Persians, man, and he was on the hunt for Darius, because he had Darius' family with him. But he kept Darius the third. Alexander kept his family living the same lifestyle that they had on Darius. You know, just all because he had a reverence for Darius. It was a thing of honor, man. You know, like it's certain even Julius Caesar. Remember him and Pompey had the Civil War, and they killed Pompey in Egypt, and they delivered Pompey head to Julius Caesar, and he had the person that did that killed, man. Just like remember when they did that with Saul, and they told King David that the guy said, "I killed Saul," and King David had him put to death. Like it was a thing of honor amongst men. Men have honor, man. We can have disagreements. Hell, they was even that Civil War. You know, that was a Civil War, King David and King Saul. Julius and Pompey. Okay, Alexander and Darius the third. That was a rival, but it was still a thing of honor. And then, cause on Julius Caesar, like, look, nah, this is a Roman consul. He don't die like that. You know, just like Alexander, like the way they did Darius, killed him and left him out there. Like, nah, this is a king. You don't do him like that. You know, but just the point, man. Like, nah, men deal with honor, even amongst our grandfathers and fathers, man. It was certain honor code that they had amongst each other, man. The way they used to deal, bro. You know? Yeah, bro.
I got hey, since you said that, Deuteronomy 17:6, at the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Yeah, he that is worthy of death be put to death. And that was just by what? The mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, man. Yeah. So that word is strong. Right. And that's why, like, you go to the book of Susanna, I think this one of the books you had us read.
Think about that.
Yeah. They were lying. The 2 witnesses lied. The 2 Jacob. And once they found out that they were lying, they got the punishment that they were trying to get Susanna to get, man, which was death.
Yeah.
You know?
And then men kept their word. Their word was very important. I was reading the book of Judith last night, and there was a situation in how, I think his name was Uzziah.
Yeah.
He basically said that he was a high priest at the time frame, but he had told the people, like, look, if the Most High doesn't do nothing in 5 days because the fucking, what's his name, basically had cut off the water supply, him and his army. So Uzziah was like, okay, if the Most High doesn't come within 5 days, then basically we're going to do such and such. But then Judith corrected him, you know, and she was like, no, you can't put the Most High in a box like that. But the point is, he was like, yeah, you're right. But at the same time frame, look, I believe in you. You've been wise since your birth and so on and so forth. But at the same time frame, he was like, but I can't, take back my word because I gave them my word. Although he knew he was in the wrong, he still kept his word. His word was gone.
And Darius did that. Darius the first. He did that with Daniel. He didn't want to put Daniel in line, did he? Yeah. You know what I mean? They tricked him from making that. The nigga tricked him into making that decree.
And the next day he was what?
He was saved.
Yeah, he was the first one out there.
Oh yeah. And he fasted that night.
He sure
was. He fasted. You know what I'm saying? Like he want, but like I say, his word was out there.
That's it.
Even with John the Baptist.
That was his thing.
Yeah. You know, even that Edomite, but they were still noble. You know,
That's right.
Herod. You know,
had to carry through.
Yeah, but since he put it out there, like shit. You know what I'm saying? So he had to do that. But going back, the men stood on their word and had honor and integrity.
Right. As priest, if I was just gonna say, so if this nigga's bearing false witnesses, what if you got 2 or 3 security members, and basically they said that, hey, this GMS member is doing such and such. Well, according to the law, we'll be put to death for nothing we did. For nothing we did, because you have 3 Sakari members saying they did this, they did that. Well, under the law, that's bearing false witnesses, or will be put to death.
Like Susanna.
Yeah.
Susanna, she was on the verge of being put to death. By the 2 witnesses, when they came to conspire.
There you go.
But the Lord intervened.
That's right.
Justified.
That's right.
Through Daniel.
Keep coming out. That's right.
You think about like with Sakari, this nigga's on camera back in August 2017 admitting to the apostles of the protocol of grace. Here you are years later, lying about it like you never did believe or believing something.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas be on video. It's bad enough if if I know I'm lying in front of the folks, or even one person that know I'm lying, if I'm trying to tell y'all something, let's just say this other person know I'm lying, I'm gonna start stuttering. I get nervous. These niggas be on goddamn videos, and then they'll do another video talking about how we still going on. Like you never had that conversation, that video was never recorded, so on and so forth. But you know, I learned this about Sakari too. What he does is character assassination. You know, because basically, ultimately, what you're trying to do is you're trying to stop the truth. So what you do is you pinpoint a doctrine that you know is going to cause chaos, is going to be chaotic, and you intertwine lies in there, and then you present it as if we're doing. But to this day, there has not been a great millstone member arrested for a so-called rape case.
But he admitted that on that video.
Yeah.
He said buzzwords.
Yeah.
You know, they do it for shock value because they know how people are already simple, so they're gonna gravitate to those type of buzzwords you say that in modern times.
But you can't leave a Hebrew in the hell, okay?
Yeah.
Real quick, Scripture say the other father of the devil, and that's what Esau do, you know, and injecting agents and all this shit, you know, to try to basically, you know, bring down the truth and try to stop the word from coming out. You know, so they're doing exactly what the elite want them to do. You know, but
we just talked about that Monday when brother did that divide and conquer. The technique. That's just plant seeds and isolation and confusion.
because if you ain't up here, how about shot, and you're on the left hand, you know, and even you being used even then, you know, because the scripture goes into the deceiver and his.
That's right.
You know, but this is Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride go before destruction. It says, and a haughty spirit before a fall. See, and it's the pride guys that basically, see, they're trying to assassinate the truth. You know, and they're trying to be esteemed and uplifted. You know, that haughtiness that's swole with basically they swole with hatred.
Yeah.
Let's say that. You know, but and the Lord finna bring the downfall. You know. See, because everything collection around the prophets, you know, because hey, how about he finna bring the great deliverance.
Yep.
So we seeing the downfall of a kingdom and those that's intertwined with it. You know, it says, better is it to be of the humble spirit with the lowly than to devour the spoil with the proud. So it is better to be be humble and basically serve. How about truth and sincerity rather than making false accusations. You know, and basically, again, being accused of your brother, man. You know? See, because how about it's judgment for that. Like Esau, he gonna get the same judgment Esau gonna get, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I add too, man, it's judgment for lying as well. You know, it's judgment for adding to the scriptures and taking away. Because basically, and not to change the subject we got talking about, but recently, you see this fiasco at the IUIC, man. It's like Nate. He the freestyle king, man. You know, he's really progressively waxing worse and worse. Like this man is telling you tribes that you're gonna go to hell. You know, pretty much he's a Roman Catholic Israelite, man. And then he put it to what, brother? Jesuit.
Yeah.
He was a Jesuit, man. And then he also put a new spin on the MOTB. He being interviewed by this guy. This dude know what it is. He talking about, what's going on with Elon Musk and all that. Like, what can I find to say in the scriptures? He know what it was. It's like, really, I believe at the end of the day, all these cats really watch us. You know what I'm saying? But he just wanted to see what Bishop Nay's response was. And Bishop Nay, knowing that we going to watch him break this down,
Hey, all right, man. Hey, Apostle Rembrandt brought that out recently. Like, you see how his countenance changed?
Yeah.
Like, when the dude asked me that question, he was like, man, this shit keep coming up.
Yeah.
That's that last thing he had.
And that's the spirit bringing it up.
Yeah.
As you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to add, I probably want to follow that guy. Because you remember what happened with that Benjamin night? That cut Nate about Jacob Trouble.
Yeah.
He died. He ain't make it, did he? Yeah, not too long. So I'll be, whoever that guy out there said, it'd be interesting to follow him, see what happens. Yeah. Now the devil get down. You got one.
Hey, can you bring out
Okay.
hey, that point you made? We read a lot of part of that scripture. Then to divide, you said something?
Better is it, this is Proverbs 16 and 19, better is it to be of the humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
And that's what Sakari is doing. IUIC, when you sell out. You sell out to divide the spoil with the pride. The prideful. Okay? You selling out to Esau. That's you right there.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, starting at verse 16. These 16 doth the Lord Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him.
Yeah, here it is. The scripture tell you what the Lord hates. All right. How about Shema Shai hates? And Esau embodied these things, but just like the brother said, Jacob is of their father the devil, man. They operate like this nigga, man. You know.
A proud look,
Yep.
a lying tongue.
Proud look. And see, as we get immersed in these scriptures, man, and really start becoming this book, man, we hate that shit too, man. That proud look. You know, just look at the countenance on these people, man. You know, just look at them out in traffic, just the way they drive, like it's just full of pride. You know, niggas act like they invincible. Okay, Esau act like he never gonna fall, like this shit gonna keep going. Like, nah, man, that proud look is very, let's say, despised amongst the Most High and men. But it's certain men that despise it. You know, you gotta
Right. And to have a proud look means you gotta be prideful. And the scriptures say pride, go before destruction. You know? So eventually that pride that these people are carrying around and just oozing with is gonna be eventually their demise. Yes. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
Yeah, lying tongue, go eat
I saw Kentucky basketball game back in the day, and I mean, it was very prideful on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So the starters was out, you know, of course, doing their thing, but the niggas on the bench, and it was very prideful. Like, they knew they won the game, but guess what? That team came back. Like, you should have seen the looks on their faces when they lost. It broke them. It broke them.
And we can't wait until the Lord break the pride in the earth, man. The Lord finna break pride in the earth, man. Talking about from the elites to Eve, man, like to a straight nigga walk. Everybody's so prideful, but the Lord finna break all that shit, man. We in that time. Yeah, hey, we coming into that transition. See, the scriptures say, many days shall you be troubled. You shall dwell in torments, man.
Bro.
So, hey, America might be a third world country for 2 years, man. You know, just suffering, man. You niggas just living, you know, off scraps, man. Okay, as Esau is starving you out for this NWO. Okay?
If I can make a point, because it said a proud look and a lying tongue. And the scriptures go into how life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if a man going around saying these particular men, or Great Millstone in general, are rapists and doing that in the third, you could have some kind of cat that's bugged out because his child may have experienced that, or he may have experienced that, and he want to, you know what I'm saying, take it out on those particular men they lying on, could bring bodily harm, man. You see, I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but it could transpire to something like that, especially with these demons where they activated right now. Yeah. You know, and that blood would be on that man who brought forth that off his lying tongue, man.
But that goes into childish leadership, man. Okay? A child don't think about consequence, they just do shit.
Right.
Okay? And that's the type of leader that he is. And then they talking about great. Who the hell we raping? Eve?
Right.
Yeah. Who the hell we raping? I'm saying, who? Here it is. Eve is begging people to come to brunch with him. These bitches got, what they call Valentine's Day? When these bitches hanging out with each other because they ain't got no Valentine's Day. So who the fuck is we raping?
Right.
You can't give Eve away these days.
Right.
So who the fuck is we raping?
Right.
You know?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Where are the contradictions? Where are the victims? Where are the witnesses, man? Where's the video? Even we're instructing niggas to do that shit, bro.
Well,
We just give you the protocol. If that incident happen again, if you break it, you buy it.
Okay. But you know what? Alazar is losing. You know, spiritually he's losing.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to make up for it in the flesh, man. That's why he keeps popping up on these different podcasts, and then he'll see we get on him, with the spirit getting on him, and that's how he retaliate, man. But he losing, bro.
That's it. And then no jumper. Everybody knows that nigga Adam is a well-known Satanist. He's juiced in. In order to get in that platform or on that platform, you must be juiced in too. That man, Sakari, is not a man of Yahweh Shemar Shah.
You know, this is though. If you go on certain platforms, you got, cause they do that they do shit. We just speculating, but we know how that shit go, man. Like Esau do shit to hang over your head to where you gotta go in there. Cause the reason why they do them embarrassment ritual behind the scenes so they can trust you. Now you ain't finna just feel what you finna see. You finna see some shit. You know, that's why you got guys like Denzel and all these guys that been around so long. They been seeing the Diddy and all this. They can't say nothing because they done got them niggas too. You know, so it's that shit. Once you reach a certain level, you gotta come through them doors, man. And that's in every sector. Whether you an influencer, whether you an athlete, whether you a rapper, whether you an actor,
President.
yeah. Well, you can even have. Let's say you get a high paying job in a tech company. Like you gotta go through them. You gotta come. Once you get in every sector of this society, once you get to a certain ceiling, you got to come in to get access to this shit.
You gotta be welcome to that brotherhood.
Yep.
You have to. I think Woodrow Wilson, he stated that back in 1920, 1925, he was like saying every sector, like within every industry within this field of America, these elites, they control everything on every aspect. So you gotta sell out once you reach that certain pinnacle in the society.
And then the blackmail is for you to do what? For your submissiveness.
Yep.
To be submissive.
Yep.
Okay, look, I got something on you, so in case you get out of line, you're gonna be exposed.
Sabotage.
Here's your expose. That's it.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 18. And heart that deceives, devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief.
Hey, hold on. Can you run that back, bro?
This is back in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 18. And heart that devises wicked
A
imaginations.
mind that creates different imaginations, such as don't worship Yahweh, such as issues with Esther, such as we don't believe in Hebrew. I mean, in the book of Hebrews. What was the other point you made about?
He said Luke and Mark, they wasn't eyewitnesses.
Okay, all of this is doing that, man. From
Paul's
your
going off.
doctrine.
Paul's going.
Paul was going on. Paul was going on. And again, Yahweh Shah basically comes in the volume of the book. So if you take out one part of the book, you're not rightly dividing the truth.
Right. That's Revelation 22nd chapter. You don't supposed to add and take away from the scriptures, man. Verses 18 and 19. You know, because, and I heard Elder Kazak had mentioned on the video, man, they're leaving a lot of doubt on the table for Israelites, man. And that's going to cause that confusion because they'll take that and run with it, man.
Priest and mom say this respectfully. And if they do, hey, it's your fault. Because you got all these videos. Okay, multiple videos from Great Millstone showing you the true path, man.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. There's no cloak for your skin. Skin. Well, hell,
Same
there's
thing.
for your ass. There's no cloak for your ass, man. Because you have all these videos correcting the doctrine. Hell, even Wamba said certain videos he don't even want to do, but the Spirit forced him to do it.
Okay.
You know, I didn't even want to do that video to call him. I'm sitting at the crib at work. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. Let me go and drop this up in there.
It's
man.
our job.
It's our job, bro.
You know?
Verse back in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 18, and heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies.
That's what he did, talking about we raping people, man. Again, where are the witnesses? Where are the court convictions? Where are the videos Apostle Tahar is instructing people to do that? You know, that is a false witness.
And he that soweth discord among the brethren.
And you're doing it amongst the nation of Israel. And technically, we're not your brethren, man. And what separates us is the doctrine. Okay, you believe in this, we believe in that.
Yeah, and he left.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or he got kicked out.
Yeah. That's really what happened.
Let's just be real.
Yeah.
man.
Say that we making Israel look bad. You know? Nah, hey, but you know what? If we are, that's fine.
But no, he's offended in Yahweh Shah. Because of the so-called rape situation, the protocol of the rape situation, he's offended in Yahweh Shah.
And that's crazy because it goes into what your duty is going to be if you do that, man. You know, if you grape a woman who's betrothed, you're going to be put to death. If you grape a woman or she voluntarily be with you and she's betrothed, then both of you are going to be put to death. If you take a woman who is not betrothed, but you know what I'm saying, you do it anyway, you got to give her father 50 shekels, man. You know, like you said, break it, you buy it. You know, that covered a woman being what they call today a single mother. You know, in situations like that, man.
And that's in Deuteronomy 22nd chapter 2.
Yeah,
Like I said this, I mean, you got to say the congregation everything. That's like when King David went into Bathsheba. I said her name. The Nathan, right? Nathan.
Nathan's problem.
And they had to come and tell him. He did like a
Well, he did it respectfully.
yeah, he did like a parable. He told him, but he did it. But
Yeah.
he had to tell him though.
Yeah, right.
Now he could have kept to himself. No, he told him, you did this. You the one that done this. And so he came down to go do that situation. So you gotta tell your congregation everything. can't hide it, man. That's just a protocol. This shit happened, that happened. That's all it was, bro. Fuck you, dude.
Since he said, come get this, Acts 20 and 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashim.
Yeah, all the counsel. All right, we're not here, all right, to appease Jacob emotion, man. We're here to tell the truth, teach the truth. All right, and when you go into our customs, it's far different, all right, than the West. Okay, and the reason that he's able to even push that and get sensationalism because there's a lot of Western-minded Israelites, man. Okay, Jacob's still Western-minded. Yeah. All right, they reality, okay, is from the viewpoint of Esau Edom. His reality, man. That's why when I said that's why when they think of rape, okay, they think of what they see on the Lifetime movie. Okay, nigga climbing to the second floor. All right. Elbow the woman, you know, drag her down the hall, okay, and just rape her, you know, blood everywhere. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was it Players Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, one scene.
Yeah, broke jaw, you know what I'm saying? Jaw broke, teeth, you know, and you gotta understand, back in the East, when this was happening, men knew this law. So if they had in their mind that they finna do this, they were doing this to get a wife. It's called bride kidnapping. Yeah. Even you go to the honeymoon, that whole concept of a honeymoon, they would take a woman and they would take her for a whole moon cycle and deal with her. Okay? That's where that whole honeymoon came from. They would bride nap, they would take her away for a whole moon cycle. That was the honeymoon. Okay? And men was doing that because they wanted a wife. You know? Now you had certain incidents where it was just on some lust shit. But if that happened, there was a death penalty behind it if the woman was betrothed. Okay, if she wasn't betrothed, there still was a protocol that was what? Pro-family.
You break your body.
Yeah, now it's a new family. Now it's a new family. It's a new married couple in Israel now.
I'll give an example. I had a coworker some years ago. She was in her 50s. She said when her grandparents were 15, they got pregnant. And their grandparents said, oh, you got her pregnant? That is your wife now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You know?
the spirit, bro.
Yeah. We didn't need no fucking welfare, no food stuff, none of that shit. They were both 15 years old.
Right.
He said, oh, you got her pregnant? That is your wife
We
now.
heard that too.
Say it again?
We heard that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And this is the thing, man, and look at the protocol from the East compared to the protocol of the West. Okay, when that happens in the West, this woman wants to go to an abortion clinic. Okay, this woman's forced to raise this child up by herself. But in the East, you break it, you buy it.
Yep.
That man has to be in that household. He has to take care of that woman.
For the rest of his life.
For the rest of his fucking life,
He
man.
can't put her away.
He can't.
If you got a wife like that, you can't put her
You
away.
can't put away because of the act you did.
Yep.
But over in the East, shit, you do that, you know, they call it,
West.
no, it's like, in the West, you know, they do that, they call it, when you deal with it, younger woman or, not necessarily rape, but statutory. Shit, you get put away, you can't do nothing. You know, even if you had consent, you know, you get put away. Hell, you can't be a father to the child even if you get pregnant. You know, you can't do nothing, man.
It was a fucking sitcom. I think it was Dynamite, Black Down. It's one of those cartoons like a satire. And it was calling like the welfare apartments or orphanages.
Yeah.
It just whores having babies.
Yeah.
See, and that's terrorism, man. That's grievous, man.
Come on, like we're living in a culture that law is not in place. Because guess what? These women still getting raped.
That's right.
Now it's just with no protocol. Like I say, now it's just the matriarch, single mother epidemic now. Because that's still going on. But now there's no protocol. Because even with that, that's a deterrent. Because as a man, you know, like shit, if I do this, that's a deterrent. So even if you was like, damn, but then you think, like, shit, I gotta take that on forever. So even that's a deterrent for men not to just be wilding out. Because imagine if there was the law now. If you dealt with a woman, okay, if you went and took a woman, you had to be with her forever and take care of her forever, man. Even just knowing that, if that was enforced, it'd cut down a lot of that bullshit.
Exactly.
You know? Like I say, you can put about 5 laws in place right now, and Jake and J community will be 100 times better. If you cut out adultery, if you cut out stealing, if you cut out murder, if you implement Levitical diet for better health, you know, if you idolatry, it's 5, 6, 7 laws that you can put in and the increase will go through the roof.
Fucking up here.
Yeah. So even if you had that law in place, yeah.
That's two kingdom minded for around here.
You got it, bro.
I didn't want to speak on this law right here. This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 16 and 17. And if a man takes a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry.
And that's why the scripture says, and there's a connect to that, and I don't mean to cut your spirit, Sirach 9. If a brother could get that in the GNT, marvel not at a maid, it's going to tell you in the GNT why you shouldn't marvel at a maid. Maid simply means young woman. Alright, because we're so far gone from our heritage, you don't know what the purpose of a woman was.
Yeah.
You know, the looks lure you into it, but you bought a robe.
Yeah.
This how it was that Elon Musk got these little fake wives.
Yeah.
These little robots, 25,000. You basically buying a wife. Those little robots, the Tesla robots, there's like 25 grand. That's equivalent to like buying a wife in the ancient world, man.
It's crazy to say that they got this audio thing now. It came when I was watching the video today. It came out as an ad on YouTube. They got us almost like a little movie audio thing where it's like it's called the companionship, where this dude, his wife is an actual robot. Like she scans his face and everything, and she downloads like love connection. And that's going into they actually got movies and stuff out coming out.
But Esau wants us to be the pedos. He's the weirdo, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
You got a fucking natural woman for a goddamn robot.
But then me, Sirach 9, GNT. Oh, he got it.
So Sirach 9 and 5 in the GMT, it says, don't look too intently at a virgin, or you may find yourself forced to pay a bride price.
Because what happened? What happened with King David when he was looking at before he committed adultery? No girl was bathing in the nude. He got worked up.
Hey, everybody go crazy over Black Wall Street, right? We always circulate the dollars. This is beyond Black Wall Street. We got systems in place for everything, man. We got systems in place for everything. All right. Even the gypsies of I think it's Bulgaria, they have something called a bride's market, man. So your wife, your daughter turns a certain age. I don't know how. I mean, it might have been annual, but everybody brought their daughters to the bride market. It's the 21st century. You brought your daughter, and you know what? The daughters will be happy about being bought. And they'll brag about how much money that they got bought for it. They'll brag to each other. And the older you were, the more your value dropped.
They call you a spender.
Yeah.
They got that on what's that one on what's that show you watch? Bridget.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a season.
Yeah.
They like you would go like your daughter. It was like a season of court where they would have different balls.
Yep.
Like you say, like you went to French Word debut.
Yep.
Every they'll be already getting their daughter ready for the next season. You know, like a football season, basketball, but they had a season for court where they would have balls, you know, throughout this time period, and you will go in court. You will present your daughter, you know, in the courts, you know. So just like you getting into, like it was a season for this, man, you know.
This is like a car. Really, your daughter's like a car. You know, you got to cover it up. You got to cover it up, then you showcase it. So your daughter, part of her value was being covered up. Because you hid the value, then you did not want to entice men. You don't think the Most High had the solution for the human nature that He created?
Yeah.
He created human nature and male nature.
And you kept that car in the garage.
You kept that car in the garage, hid it, until you showcase it. Because those balls remind me of car shows. You see? And all these beautiful cars on the car show, but you really got to hit it until it's time for that car show. Because thieves can steal it, you know?
Hey, I can say,
it's the same today. But Eve now marking herself and had messed up the whole order. She still go to video shoots. She go to clubs. She marketing herself, so she can be what? Taken by the biggest ball, the one with the most bread.
He's bitter.
Yeah.
They want the Israel way and the Esau way. They want to live like whores, like Esau allowed them to live like whores.
Right.
But then they want to settle down and get bought by the highest bidder, like they're back in Jerusalem. You know? They want, so they want to live the Esau way and then get bought and sold full price. I'll be back in Jerusalem and they're virgins. Nah, they're 50 shekels. That's virgin. That's a virgin price.
70 miles on that jacket.
Yeah.
Now you gotta pay. It's flipped now.
Oh
You gotta pay.
Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah.
Hey, bring
Shit,
that
they
piece of that.
Kelly Blue Book on the negative guy. You owe me.
Right.
You got me.
We got another link in front of
Okay.
It's Exodus chapter 22, verse 16 and 17. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and he lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to a dowry of the virgins.
God, this is Susanna chapter 1 and verse 13. Slacky chapter 1, 13 and verse 8. It says, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, and saw that their lust was inflamed toward her.
Yep, they were enticed. Hey, you think Eve a baddie now? You know, hey, think about Northern Kingdom. Imagine how they were 2,000 years ago, man. 2,500 years ago.
What about Judah now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she stopped running.
But the Most High had integrity systems, man. See, these are systems, man. These are, niggas are so fucking bitch made. They don't understand the visionary system of this. Most High got systems put in place so your daughters won't go a-whoring. So there won't be STDs everywhere. So the economy won't go down because everybody got to come in and take care of Brenda's baby. No, it ain't no, we need welfare, but we got baby daddies. What the fuck you got a baby daddy for, but you need welfare?
And Ishmael don't have a baby daddy.
They don't have no fucking
Moab,
baby daddy. Elon.
Hammond.
But you know what? I was shooting my shot at this little Elamite chick, right?
Yeah.
At a restaurant. I was like, you know, she was like a hostess, right? I was like, yeah, you know, I'll get your number, go out sometime. And she started getting nervous, like, see me here. Have a good day, son. Like she started flabbergasting, like, oh hell no.
Culture shock.
Yeah, she's still the property of her father, man. You know, but the point is, like,
Yeah, because it's really always talking directly to them, because we're really supposed to be dealing with their father.
Yeah, right.
Like, we know, see, we hear, you know what I'm saying, we do it, but really we supposed to be sitting down with the father.
Yeah,
that's the order. Like, that's really the right order, but you know, it's fucked up now.
See, I think about this a lot, bro, because the thing about the Matrix, the evil is normal.
Yeah.
And death is normal.
Yeah.
See, you got death like as an individual, you can do something that's killing you, but you got death as a nation. So as a nation, orphanage, single motherhood, that's death to a nation, man. So where it is all of the fathers are just anonymous motherfuckers that nobody knows. But you got 3-4 kids, man. Come on, man, that's death to a nation, man.
You know what it is, who's the coin? Speaking of death all around us, they love America, man.
Yeah.
That's really what it boiled down to. Like, you listen to Salazar, you know, different points he was making, and you see the hypocrisy too, because when he came down to the main camp, the Apostle 34-7, he was agreeing with the law. So what happened, man?
And then there's the damn women too, man.
Yeah.
You know, you see, hey, the gym and GMS is all men. See, when you start, if you get masses of women, they're not going to accept the law. They're not going to accept the law, man. So now you gotta catechate the scripture. Yeah, now you gotta, you know how you watch a hood movie? Like, what's the hood movie? Boys in the Hood? They tell them about playing shit on BET, they blot out all the so-called curse words. It ain't the same no more. See, now you read the scriptures to the women, you gotta blot out certain things, man.
You gotta make it cute for them.
You gotta make it cute for them, man. Nah, if they want to make it cute, they can go back to the so-called churches, man. A lot of you niggas, y'all say those things, y'all get out soft because the women will get offended. But the women know something that you might not know. A lot of them women was 12 years old in your congregation having sex with grown men. And they'll never tell you that. And we not
So you
damn
hop
sure
in?
don't condone that,
Yep.
but we know something called reality.
Yep.
We know a lot of them chicks that y'all try to patty cake to,
Yep.
and they got little secrets.
Yep.
They were 12, 13, 14, 15. They was fucking with grown men in their 20s.
Yep.
You know?
You gotta push that back in.
You know?
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straight.
Today they call that fast.
Yep.
Fast, man. You know? She pulling out the trash can. She pulling the trash can from the curb with her butt tooted up, with a little shorts on. Cause she know them niggas out there. With them thighs out, man. You know?
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Because what happens? You see, like I said, the Most High got systems to govern the nature that He created in man. She hit puberty. So when she hit puberty, her hormones skyrocket. Her estrogen skyrocket. Now her woman part started to develop. But also she's in heat. So this is when you marry her. You see? And you see, but not let her be a whore in high school and in college, but the most important thing is her get her degree.
Yeah.
No, this is when you marry your daughter. All right?
That's her degree.
That's her degree.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be her career.
That's her career. Yeah.
The marriage is her certification, man.
It says abuse herself because you look at these women that have been operating with no head. The only thing they did was destroy themselves.
Yeah.
Even if they think they got they shit, like they traumatized, like our people don't understand trauma that this captivity did to them. You know, they're not aware because now, like you say, it's normal. Because it's so normal. And that's why when you deal with other nations, like you see an Edomite woman and you see she hasn't been traumatized like our women. You know, you deal with Elon, you can see that trauma that our women carry around with them, other nations don't got that. And we know it's due to the curses. But our people only around other traumatized people, so they think it's normal. They don't really, our people really don't know how fucked up they are that living in this system, what it did to them, especially the woman. Because the woman is greatly ruined. Like that shit deep.
And even according to the law, it tells you that our daughters are supposed to be whores.
Yep.
But Esau exploits them, he promotes them.
And then he promotes abortion on top of it.
Can I bring some out for you? I can back you up too. This is Genesis chapter 29 and 18 in the NLT. Since Jacob was in love with Rachel, he told her father,
Yep.
I'll work for you for 7 years if you'll give me Rachel, your younger daughter, as my wife.
Yep. And they supposed to sit down, had to sit down at the table. Okay? That's how it's supposed to be because it was a business deal. Because
Verse 19, agreed, Laban replied. I'd rather give her to you than to anyone else. Stay and work with me.
I mean, that's kind of patriarchy. You control listen, bro, our brothers listening, your daughters belong to you. Now, we can't fully say that in this kingdom, but you could fully sell your daughter or give your daughter to a brother without the daughter's consent. Hypothetically speaking. That's a show of patriarchy, man.
Because the men are foresighted, you know? But women are very nearsighted, and you see, you know, the decision making of a woman to this day. You know, it's terrible. One thing about it, the woman can't say she never had the opportunity to choose. You know? Like she's been given liberty to wild out, do what she wants. And now you see the results of that shit, the woman decision making, and that shit is terrible. You know, my mother, your auntie, your cousin, you look at this shit like, this shit is terrible, man. Because the truth gives you a new lens to look at this shit, and you like, man, this decision making is terrible, you know? So now, all right, what we're learning is why the Lord set the patriarch up, man, because men was making marriages for the sake of nation building. Women, like that video you seen, they're on this quick lust shit. You know, they just want the new thrill, the next thrill, the next thrill. Okay, I done tried that out. What's next? I done tried that out. What's next? I wonder what it'd be like. Because the old boy said in the video, he said, he said, it don't matter how much you make, you always go into that too. That's why that high value shit some bullshit. Because if you're a woman and she's dealing with an NBA player, he said now, she like, I wonder what it'd be like with an NFL player. I wonder what it's like with this platinum rapper. Yeah, so like the Esau done made the woman centralized and gave her all this TV fantasy shit. That's why she's always trying to get you to do some shit that's unimaginable. Yeah, like some new shit. Like it's always something you gotta do different. You know, it's always something you need to step up on. You know, and this is ass backwards. You know,
It's a continual. I would say it's a continual board she's trying to fulfill.
yeah.
I don't know the number doing it. Then on top of that, you're opening your womb up to all these different swords and different lines, and that's painting more bodies and more secrets and putting themselves. That's why these women are so demonic nowadays.
Because each one needs a cut.
And sperm, you know, you do the research on it, what's called microchemicalism. You know, that pretty much lasts woman for the rest of her life. And just think about these women, they got like 30, 40, 50, 60 bodies plus.
Because it affects her DNA, just like that jab.
So you got all these sperms mixing together in your body. That's why she's so bugged out now.
They live in their mind.
Yeah.
Because the earth was only, that land was only meant to be tilled by one husband.
Right. One planter.
One person.
And I just had a quick definition because, you know, this is something they used to call like females back in the day, man. I know some brothers probably heard before, but it's called a floozy. A young woman who has many casual sex partners or who dress or behaves in a sexually provocative way.
Smarter than Eve. Catch a Friday night, Saturday night, even Sundays at church. Monday through Friday going to work. They dress provocative. But meanwhile, they get to the crib and they put on all type of bullshit.
Yeah.
T-shirts with holes, hair all over their head and shit.
If I can add,
Come on, bro.
this evidence that this is the reason why the Heavenly Father got to start this over. Because it said young woman, you know? Because see, going back to what Elder Z was bringing out, which is why, hey, the Lord is going to destroy you different guys that teach something different than what we teach. Because the law is for self-preservation, man. You know, without the law, you don't have order, and that law was put there to prevent order. You wouldn't have a floozy, man. You know, and there's a spirit. You know, the brother had read that. I saw that earlier when I first began my, you know, I mean, we was in the Shabbat, but you know what I'm saying? You know how it is here, but pretty much my first pickup, that's what I seen, and it was young Eve. They could have been no older than 14, 15. They would talk to each other about getting on the bus. You know, like you ain't about to get on this bus, you know what I'm saying? But you could tell, like, they was already far gone, like, whatever program, like, they got into them, but, you know, when they was 7 up, well, before they was even born, up until 14, 15, they was gone. So Esau Edom, he knows how to get out with them.
Sexy red is for 5th graders.
Yeah.
That's why she rapped the way she do. They designed a Sexy Red program for 5th grader. A 5-year-old. They got TikTok videos where 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds is bringing their legs singing Sexy Red at daycare.
Yeah.
So if you're 5, 6 years old singing Sexy Red, by middle school you are Sexy Red. By middle school it's over with. But we'll get shamed for saying you marry your daughter at 12.
Yeah.
But you have no remedy for her being a whore at 12. Because it's black or white.
Yep.
Either you marry her off young or she gonna be a whore young.
Bro, I did an Uber, picked this young chick, I want to say from I think if I'm mistaken, it was West Jackson. This chick, basically I was taking to UMC, because the mom was in the coma. This chick said, this girl, she could have been no older than 16, bro. She already got 2 different baby daddies. And saying, well, now I got to get a job because, you know, ain't no telling what doctor saying, ain't no telling when my mama gonna wake up. You know, I ain't realize how much our mom will take care of everything. You know, so and I was like, well, what about the children's fathers? Like, they ain't gonna help you out. Well, you know, well, they ain't gonna do nothing, so I gotta do it myself. Like, bro, the law helped us. And you got these Western Israelites, bro. Hey, the Lord gonna destroy Sakari, bro.
The two fathers are fucking confusion, man. That's fucking confusion. Meaning, I got a baby by this girl, he has a baby by the same girl, and then she'll get mad at me because I don't bring both kids something to fucking eat. Or I gotta be careful as I'm picking up my child because you may gun me down just because we both fuck the same girl.
Two lions, 2 wolves, fucking with the same meat, man.
Yeah, this shit is deaf culture like you always go into,
Hey,
man.
hey, fuck the matriarch,
Right,
man.
and we're the only fucking nation in the fucking world that have these fucking problems. I haven't seen Edom might have these problems. I haven't seen Chinese Japanese, East Indians, it's only us.
That's why the spirit's telling Keisha to shut your fucking mouth.
Man, Keisha can die slow, man.
And that's why y'all died every day in Jackson. Another people that died in Jackson. Studio 6.
Well, what she was doing,
Man, selling pussy.
that's what she was doing.
Selling pussy from Memphis, man. Alright? And whatever the little controversy was they had in that room, it ended with her going back to the spirit world.
He shot that bitch.
He shot her. So Jake ain't fucking going. The Most High set up a sleeper cell for Eve. That nigga you fuck with is a sleeper cell. That dreadhead nigga with the tattoos on his neck, with the ominous look on the mug shots, that's a sleeper cell. The nigga that make your pussy wet is a sleeper cell. And he gonna kill your ass.
Straight up. Kill your ass, Jay.
Ooh, that ooh girl, you know how bitches be like, ooh, that ooh girl. That nigga's a sleeper cell, man. And every time you show that nigga a mug shot, he got some demonic look on his face. He got the dead ass look. Like, damn, like, what did you see? It's death. That's death.
Even you said that Eve loved this shit.
He gravitates to death.
The most wicked shit, like they root, their base energy, like Eve loved that shit.
And she loved flamboyant homosexuals.
Yep.
She loved the homosexuals. She loved dykes. She loved, you know what I'm saying? She loved dykes.
Eve is dark, bro.
And she loved killers.
Serial killer. Yep.
She loved Charleston White.
Yep.
Charleston White. She loved gangsters and homosexuals, man. She dark. But if you got our type of energy, it's like boring. Cause I know, you know, brothers was in the streets before they came into the truth. And they'll tell you when they was in the streets, their baby mama loved them.
Yep.
But then they put their pants up and got a 9 to 5. It's like
Boring.
yeah, Jake that worked like drive trucks and Jake that's in the restaurants. They used to be dope boys. It was like, my baby mama loved me when I was in the streets. But now I can't buy her this, buy her that. They don't like it.
Because you got off that emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Really, Eve is a loser, man. Like, if anybody gotta change, it's them. You know, because bringing up female nature, they'll never be satisfied because they're gonna focus on what's missing, man. You know?
This is Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Hey, we come from a culture that has a standard, man. You know? And that's why when you look at our people, when you look at the history of our people, it was always Israelite men, you know, that played a factor when it came to running society, man. All right? Look at Joseph during the time of Egypt. You know, well, what produced Joseph? I know you always get into the what produced the Joseph. It was a culture. He was cultivated. Daniel, the position he was cultivated like that. Man. See, the law cultivated a certain product. You see, why is the Rolls Royce so expensive? Because of the process it takes to make it.
9 months.
Yeah. Why is it so expensive? Why is it so unique? Why is it? Why is it had such a name for so long?
And who the fuck is Rolls Royce? Because look, that name too.
Yeah.
See, Edomites, they got them prestigious name that go back 500 years. Oppenheimer. Well, I don't even have to say that shit no more.
Yeah.
But they got them prestigious names that go back to Europe 500 years.
Yep.
Like those prestigious names that we've been abridged back to.
Yep.
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob,
Yep.
the son of this man, the
Yep.
son of that man, the son of that man.
Yep.
So that was a pedigree.
Yep.
Like our going back to those arranged marriages, man. You're maintaining that aristocracy, man.
Yeah.
You're preserving your aristocracy, man, and it ain't no wrong with that.
That's why Isaac told Esau not to marry the goddamn Canaanites, man. He wasn't married two of them bitches, man.
What do you do?
that color.
You want that colors.
You know? You got it, bro.
This Luke 23:13. And Pilate, when he had called together the chief priests and the rulers and the people, said unto them, you have brought this man unto me as one that perverted the people. And behold, I, having examined him before you, have found no fault in this man touching those things whereof you accuse him. That's referring to Yahushua. Nor yet Herod, for I sent you to him, and lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him. I would therefore chastise
So what were
him.
they doing? It was bearing false witness against Yahushua.
Verse 16, I would therefore chastise him and release him. For a necessity he must release one unto them at the feast. And they cried out, referring to the Israelites, all at once, saying, away with this man, and released unto us Barabbas.
And Eve and Sakara, IUIC, all y'all are in that same spirit. Y'all go with, what's his name? And I get that in the group, bro.
Hey man, you know what, Elder? That goes into that video you did with the chick who had old boy. Used to beat her ass, shot her, he went to prison. He got back out. You know what I'm saying? And he beat her ass some more, but this time he completely deleted her. You know what I'm saying? Free Barabbas, let this nigga out so he can kill him.
And he told me he was the will celebrate Christmas.
Right, you know what I'm
I
saying?
can't go to your mama's house for Thanksgiving because I'm doing something else.
I don't want to go on a double date.
Yeah.
With your best friend and her boyfriend.
He shot this bitch in her face, went to jail for 4 years, and came back and
Come
killed
back
me.
to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. You can't make it up.
That's what you think. Finish what you start.
Alright, so for the Greek word Barabbas, it says son of a father or master.
So who's the father, who's the master? Satan. Okay? Satan was the father of the fucking master, man. So they come in the same spirit of their father Satan. And that's the reason why you have this constant turmoil with the house of David, with the house of Saul, or with the elect, and with the non-elect, because both parties are in a different spirit. Okay, the non-elect is in the spirit of Satan, and the elect is in the spirit of Yahweh Shemon Shah. So you have two. My bad.
No, just for the add to you, the non-elect are a part of this world.
That's right.
You know?
That's
You
right.
know, hey, we just gotta accept it, man, you know? Alazar, he's a part of the world. You know, and we know it, you know what I'm saying? But the spirit is making that plain separation. And not just him, but IUIC too. Really all the groups, man, just to be honest. It's a select few Israelite groups. They do the same thing we do, man. You know, really, that's why we say us and our affiliates. Everybody else plugged in some type of way. And you know, because they pretty much teach the same thing, man.
Right.
You know?
Just going back and have couple, but this right here is this character assassination. Whenever you guys remember when they going to the apostles, you know, GMS saying, you know, that they teach them, man. This the definition of character assassination. It says the malicious and unjustified harming of a person's good reputation.
And this is what you see Esau do, okay, on a major scale, you know, with what they call propaganda. And this is what you see Jake doing, you know, in these other camps, man. You know, their whole thing is to destroy, you know, the character, to take away the credibility of the things that we're saying, which is the truth, man. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
And Apostle Tar's been here 40 years in this truth, man. So who are you? And again, Zaquan, before you got here, presidents, you have to be 60 or 70 years old, even in the society of Esau. But when it comes to the prophets, you know, it's a fucking, it's a time, I mean, it's an age limit.
So you need to retire.
Yeah, because he's 60 or 70 some years old, and that's bullshit.
The
man.
prophet don't retire. Because he trying to use that law with the priest. The apostle is a prophet. You know, of course, you know, because we all priests now. So that's another thing. They always try to go to the law and cross out your house out. Okay? You look at the prophet, what prophet ever retired? What prophet do we know ever retired?
And then we're on the order, Lord, will the world.
Melchizedek.
Yeah. So it's an everlasting priesthood.
Yeah, so the prophets never retired. This was a life thing. You look at going back to Daniel. You see? You gotta understand, Daniel prophesied through every king in the Babylonian Empire and the first king of the Persian Empire. So from 20 years old to 90, Daniel was getting them visions, man. That's 70 years, man. Okay? The Isle of Patmos, John was in his 90s. You see? He was in his 90s. All right? He was working. He was in the salt mine. Right. So he was working and prophesying. You know? So, yeah, Jake being that and then that's them niggas trying to be so technical and, you know, go deep and be one up in the scriptures and they come up, man. But see, Jake don't have no vision towards true nation building. Like, you understand the value of your elders. One thing about this truth, it made me realize the value of elder men. You know, like that's vital. You know, even elderly women. There's certain elderly women, like a grandmother, you know, like she's an expert at being a mother. That's needed. You know, because you have what? New mothers happening. If this is your first child, it would be excellent to have a grandmother to assist you, you know? So when you go to the elderly, that's why all the wisdom was when it came to the basics of life. If you're a new farmer, you need an old experienced farmer to put you on game. You know, you a new hunter, you need an old experienced hunter to put you on game.
But in American eyes, you lose respect for somebody when they start aging.
Yep.
Like a man, like if he's older, you subconsciously don't respect him as much.
Yep.
That's how you've been conditioned in Babylon.
Western society.
In Western society, but really, the law says rise before the hoary head.
Yep.
So you really supposed to bring fear to you when you know an elder walk in. That's utter, man.
Hey, and if I can add, you know, the scripture goes into remember the old past, man. So even back in the day, man, of course being from the country, it was certain routes that, you know, family members and friends would take to go through the woods to certain places. And after over a period of time, it leads a track or a path.
Oh, yeah.
So if you coming up as a youngster and you trying to get somewhere, the older people, the ones who already have the experience of traveling down that path, they're going to tell you, okay, you go over here, and when you get to this tree, there's a path, you know what I'm saying? You will see it, it's already made out, you just take that, and it's going to take you where you need to go.
And it's the spirit, because you see that by way of our elder apostles and elder bishops. It's case in point, and they'll mention a guy that what they'll call the T-shirt of the week. Say this Al-Azhar, you know, they've seen many Al-Azhars. Like what's going on with him? They've seen it time and again, and you'll hear, you know, certain apostles they'll be mentioning you see what he's doing, such and such. They did that, you know. I mean, from the old school men that we don't know, but they know them, you know. So you can't do nothing but respect it, because at the end of the day, they're our spiritual fathers, man. But when you want to make yourself bigger than what you are, you seek to replace them, men, and make a name for yourself, man, and really. Hey, you make Israel look bad, man. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know, on all these podcasts, the fitted cap. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he doing what he do for them damn women, man.
And niggas,
you know?
fanboys.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if it ain't rooted in your house shot, man, it's gonna fade out, bro. You know, and that's what you see being magnified. That's why they gotta come up some other way. You know? And you got it.
Well, I was saying the very fact that these men were laboring while we was in the world.
Yeah. We're not even born yet.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, you weren't even born yet, Al-Azhar. You know?
Yeah, only a few of us are born. You know?
This Deuteronomy 32:7 in the NLT. Remember the days long ago. Think about the generations past. Ask your father, he will inform you. Inquire of your elders, and they will tell you.
And see, you gotta go back. And that's another thing of nobility too. That's why, like you said, the Edomites with them names, Elon, you know, nobility. You'll go into their house and you will see pictures of their father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather. Like you'll see pictures down the hallway. You know, even in Roman culture, it was normal for when you walked in someone's house, you know, of the nobility, that they would have little statues of all their forefathers, you know. And then when you walk in the first part of the house, you will see statues of their forefathers, man. Because, going back to it, these men, because when you go to it, the purpose, after a while, our life ain't about us no more. You know, it shifts to start making it easy for them, the next generation. And so they can go further. You, like you said, could what they call trailblazers. You know, like they, now you said with the path.
Blazing the trail.
Yeah, so people have walked their path to make it easy for you. You know, so what the apostles did, they did all the hard work, you know, all the labor, to where we have these breakdowns via YouTube. They had to go in the library and dig after them breakdowns.
Right.
You see, we have them easy. You can just go GMS Vault and get the breakdown of every book of Revelation. You know, so they made us to where we can, let me say, in the reader can run. We can run with this thing now. That's why we able to come in running, because they did that toilet. You know, back in the day, man, set this thing up.
Obviously, like the easy access, we can use Blue Letter. Just find a keyword.
That whole access.
Yeah, to go with the concordance. The concordance.
Their history, you know, like the apostles, they just go into their history, like, because they just the apostle mentioned something, and then you go look it up, and now you got it. You know?
It also fulfills that what's that? The preface of the King James Version Bible. When he says it's supposed to be one more.
Right. One more.
One more.
Yeah, going into that blue letter.
Going into that blue letter. And I'm gonna say this: Esau has really done a number on our people because when we used to enter into our grandparents' house, you seen their fathers, their father's father, so on and so forth, man. So Esau has really done a number on our people, man. Hey, can you get some out real fast?
Yeah, you got it.
Go ahead, bro. Just to back up priest
Matthew 11 and 19, it said the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they said, behold, a man of gluttonous and wine bibber, a friend of politicians and sinners, but wisdom is justified of the children.
And this is an example of what? Character assassination. All right, and that's what Sakari does. Whenever the fire gets real hot on him, what does he do? He brings up that rape situation, man.
Shock value.
For a shock value. But ultimately, what you're trying to do, you destroy the character, so by default, the public or his followers or the followers that we have will stop listening to the message, man. That's what comes with the dynamic of character assassination. Destroy the character so you can stop the message.
Like the brother brought, like about you are your father the devil. What he's doing, he's utilizing the same tool with Esau by the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that's really taking the people of the congregation eyes off the main topic with the great situation.
Yeah, you talk about the law, but you had strippers at a Passover. You prophesying wearing a goddamn fitted hat.
It's not everybody got amnesia.
You wear orange and blue pushing trip culture, nigga. I'm like, what I'm gonna say, you ain't gonna hit nobody.
It's going back to Proverbs, bro. About the proud look, you know, like the Passover they doing. You know, all that's prideful, man. How you gonna make the Passover about you and just act like it ain't about your house shot, man?
And it's heavy too, because right after they did that one Passover, him and the deacon Hakah, the Lord made them break up. He broke that shit up, man.
And then
Hey, what
the
you get
lion's
for-
home, slot, bro.
No, I'm saying that's what they get for exalting themselves.
Yeah.
And you in Passover sitting on thrones, stuff like that. Hey, the Lord was not smiling at that, man.
The point, he's a Nazarite too, right? So in order to participate in the Passover, what are we supposed to do?
You gotta drink.
You gotta cut that
You
hair.
get cut the hair too, yeah.
This nigga got a steamless cigar ponytail.
Every Passover.
Well, yeah, then he says, you know, at the side, he drinks the side of grape juice and whatnot, but you still gotta cut the hair.
Honey wine.
So honey wine or salad, you stay correct. But which means what though? You're not keeping the Passover.
You're not covered by the blood.
Yeah, because in order to keep the Passover, you gotta drink the wine.
That's right, bro.
And guess what? You're not keeping all the laws, neither. You ain't cutting your hair. You're not keeping the law, neither. Stop that bullshit.
Nothing's reading Deuteronomy. Even if you eat like some grapes, you're supposed to cut your hair.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I got a quick. I got a quick precept. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honors.
Based on their works, man. Based on their works. So with the bishops, with the elders, you probably got at least over 500 years of experience, man. If you think about it. Because all of them pushing the ultimate number is 40, but 25 here, 30 here.
They're elders.
And they're elders.
Especially they who labor in the word and
Right.
doctrine.
And look at Apostle Tahar, man. Apostle Tahar puts out so many videos daily. Hell, I can't even watch them all. This man goes on live daily. 3 and 4 videos. Look at Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla.
Yeah, and they're doing it like they're in their youth.
Right. Apostle Rakah.
And they come from how they came in. Like they had to go dig, like doing videos and light work shit. Before they came in.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know, they was going to camp every day.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, man, like this how they came. Like the truth had to be your life for real. Back in the era they came, they been on no Jake, cry about, what they got going on. But but the apostles, man, they were going out, 6, 7 hours, I think 10 hours on Saturday, like crazy, man.
And them classes they would have, the long
Yeah,
classes.
you gotta honor that, man. Like that honor.
Marathon class.
Only reason why they had stopped one day after a week so you could do lunch.
Yeah.
They can't do a little isolation, like you still gotta handle Monday.
But just show you the fiery spirit going on, man. And you gotta honor that, man. And those men are highly honored, you know. And even going back to King David, Saul was still his elder. You gotta think about it. Jonathan was twice King David's age, so Saul could have been King David's grandfather. There was a big age gap between King David and King Saul. So that's why King David could just handle Saul any type of way, man. You know, that was still his elder. That was his king.
Yeah, he would still be like the Lord's anointed.
Yeah.
So he still shows that honor, man.
When you see how everybody honor Jay Prince,
Yeah.
rapper like that, they honor older men and other niggas, Big Meech,
I was just that GMS nigga.
Frank Lucas. So that honor is still there on the left hand side of the patriarch. The OG, yeah.
I want to read that 19.
We don't know, man.
For the scripture said, for the scripture says, thou shalt not muzzle the ox. That
Can I say something? What does that mean?
don't try to quiet the mouth of another man.
I mean, when you do the work, you're supposed to get paid for it. Yes, sir.
Well, you take care of your teachers.
Yeah, you take it. Yeah.
You know,
Because when the ox is plowing the land or tilling the land because of the thing on the back, he eats as he goes. So that's basically what, you feed the.
Levi, man. Without that Haiti, you know how to do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you had some weirdo wacko Eve. She did a video. The elder brother went out to talk about. He had responded to it, pretty much saying, "Where all the money going to these Hebrew Israelites? You know, where all the money going? You was mad it ain't going to you.
Just shut up.
You know?
Where all the money going to the Christian church, man? Nobody ever questioned that shit. Yeah, where is all them? Because Dr. Umar Justice broke it down. I think he said like $740 million a year go to the Christian church. And do you ever see that money get reinvested into the hood? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, because she's like, well, what are schools y'all building all this and that? Hey, the Heavenly Father gonna silence Eve, man.
Well, cause it's to the point you hate to hear that bitch talk, man. Just the voice, the tone of that bitch voice is irritating, man. Then the dumb shit. All Eve gonna say is dumb shit now. It's to the point. That's why even like the manosphere, like we was watching things, but now it's mundane. Like it ain't no point of trying to correct this bitch. This bitch get done about a year. You know, like the shit that they saying, like what the money is for what? What? Okay, we tell you what the money is, then what? Now what? Shut your dumb ass up, man.
It's none of your business, man. We're self-sufficient, man.
And don't say Eve good for back door.
Yeah.
So the money is send them niggas.
And the labor is worthy of his reward.
Like, hey, that's what Zaquan was saying. You do the work, hey, you supposed to be compensated for doing the work. Like apostles to heart apostles, they shouldn't even be working, man. The bishop should not be working. And then really the true men of Great Millstone, under them, should not be working. Because now you really fulfilled in doing this work. But of course, you know how it goes, we're oppressed and we have to work. And we're protected. All right.
Verse 19, against an elder receive not accusations, but before two, but...
Now, I know you about to say something. Remember what he said, bro? What about the biker jack? What about the biker jack? When Apostle Ricard had denounced that thing and then apologized, but this nigga kept bringing it up. But meanwhile, you continue to wear orange and blue, as if you're an active gang member. So, nigga, are you a prophet or you a gang member?
He said he was a cripple, didn't he?
That's what I think.
But I know he said his foundation is the streets. But you know what? Not in the interview, he did basically say that he was a crip.
Yeah, he basically. Yeah. I mean, look, if I'm wrong, and I apologize. But I thought you said you was a crip, fam.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, he said he teach the crips. Look, somebody gotta teach it.
But he not like us because his foundation is the streets and our foundation is the whole shop.
There we go.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you, brother.
Against an elder receive not accusation.
Right, and then another one, I'm sorry, bro. But then you gonna say that Apostle Tahar is telling brothers to rape 9-year-olds. Okay, puberty means what? Adulthood. So when a girl has her menstrual, she makes that transition from a girl to a woman. However, if she's 9 or 10 years old, what will we do? We will wait. Okay, in the kingdom, basically that's not gonna happen. No one is gonna be raping no one in the kingdom. But here, prior to that, we had a law that stated, okay, if this happens, this is what you do.
It's the protocol.
That's the protocol for it.
Hey, if I can say this, prove it. Just like brothers prove that you agree with the apostles regarding the doctrine, prove that a brother amongst Great Millstone have been charged and jailed for raping an underage child, man.
Mr. Carr, we got you on tape. You was out there in New York. Come.
August 2017.
Yeah.
But you know what? And it's heavy. Some of the brother had mentioned. You can see either on the highways or the sit down. That's a scary thing when you gotta deal with the judgment by way of false accusation, man.
That's right.
You know, you bearing false witnesses. And because brother was just reading out of Susanna. And we know what happened to those elders for lying on Susanna, man.
Right.
So you bearing false witness, you know, beginning with our elder apostle, but you saying it's the men of Great Millstone period doing this, you got to deal with the Heavenly Father for that, man.
So from a symbolic standpoint, Great Millstone would be what? Symbolic for Susanna, and Daniel would be Yahweh Shah. Symbolic for Yahweh Shah. Judge of the Most High. You don't have to pay for that shit. You don't pay.
I'm gonna jump to verse 1. It's 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father,
Ooh, go ahead.
and the younger men as brethren.
Yeah, so there's a certain even dynamic, you know, and we are brothers amongst each other, they're the rank, you know, amongst the camp, you know. Certain men, you know, we are treated as brethren, you know, what they call your, what you call it, the people that you work with. Colleagues, yeah. So we deal like colleagues, but if the apostles come down there, we handle them like fathers, you know, elder bishops, you know, so it's a dynamic, like the same reverence you have for your father, that's how you will have for them. You know, you can't, like, what, even like when Sakara came up to this motherfucker here, like, you don't do that, you know. I say the way me and Tyler want to talk ain't the way you gonna talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So
you had Apostle Paul, and you had Timothy, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those are elders in the spirit. They birthed you in the doctrine, man. You know?
And I'm gonna say this, even you bros out there in the camps, y'all supposed to reverence your camp heads, man.
Yep.
You know?
It's a rep, because
You got, I don't mean to cut you off, but you got elders such as these pushing over 15, 17 years. So I can't talk to them like I would talk to a child.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1 in NLT. Never speak harshly to an older man, but appeal to him.
And even when Paul had to correct Peter, best believe it was done what? Decently and in order. Because Peter was faking the fun. So Paul had to check him, but best believe, hey motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, keep this, man, you know what I'm saying? But it was done decently and in order.
And then Apostle Paul had all the revelations, but he still came and checked in when it came to that council.
Beautiful Jerusalem.
Yeah, he had came and checked, and that's the thing. This is about order, man. You give men their reverence they do, man. Because you gotta understand, like, men have been. If somebody been giving their life to this 10 years before you knew you was an Israelite, then like there's certain reverence that man, like this man has endured 10 years in the truth. You know, before you even knew you was an Israelite, so it's a certain reverence. You know, it's supposed to be given that. You know, and that's just natural, man. There's nothing you do it in the world. Okay, how much more is this truth?
And that's the thing too, bro. Just to lamb back. You know what type of demons the apostles had to deal with over the years before we even came into Israel. Type of shit they had to battle, and then in the application of the scripture, them applying, you know, what they learned, man. You know, before you even knew about any of this, man. You know, but honestly, Sakari's a nigga, man. Like, you know, I mean, but we, like you said, we gotta address what hey, the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? He going off in the doctrine, we'll deal with that, but you know, we just accept you a nigga, dude. Like, you know, we don't expect anything different from you. You a child, you know?
Hey, but Jake, they have that same honor in the world. But they say, like, within the rap world, the sports world, give them these flowers. Yeah. You know, so for the ones so-called paid away, anything.
Man, they still talking about pop to this day.
Plank, CIA.
Just straight up.
Yeah,
Well, I can tell you that I want to say that's all you want to be here now, because if you get caught up in the you get caught up in them chariots and you're the first fruits. You gotta think 1,000 years later, how honorable is that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause you always gonna have them stories, man. You know, you were there. You know, that's why you can just sit up and listen to the apostles tell those stories all day. You know, and even like if I pick up Jake, you know, anybody, like especially like I be getting a lot of people from the VA. I be like to hear them stories. They be putting like, the war stories, you know.
Me too, bro.
You know, certain, you know, incidents they got into and shit, you know.
That's right. Because experience, that's something that you can't really,
You can't replicate it.
you can't buy it.
Yeah.
It is a man been on the earth 50, 60, 70 years. It's you can't overlook him.
Right.
You gotta listen.
Especially like with the VA, they seen some.
They see it, yeah.
I had one special ops guy that I used to get, and he told me because he was on the strike team, went to Baghdad. They got my boy named Saddam Hussein's son. Well, he said they was in the mansion. He said he sit on them gold toilets. In Saddam Palace. Yeah, he said he sit on them gold toilets. He said Saddam bathroom probably like 10, 20 million just in gold. You know, like in the East, like they really on some. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, but what happened when they saw the Israelites? I think it was the Canaanites was talking about them.
Oh, he was like son of a king.
Yeah, they were like the son of a prince, or the son of a king.
Oh yeah.
Because Ishmael had gold on camels.
Yeah.
Those Ishmael's, man, this is how Jacob like rims.
Yeah.
You know, Ishmael was putting gold on camels, man. Hey, the Middle East is different, man.
Even out there ride.
And then you get the true scoop on how shit, like, that's what say, man, travel, no spirit, well traveled. Because they were telling me, like, Saddam, they talking about Saddam was a dictator, but even that infrastructure that Saddam had, he had to answer the elders. He wasn't just making decisions.
Right.
Like, you had certain families that he had to answer to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but Esau painted like he was just over there. Yeah, like, nah, he had to check in with the elders before he did shit.
Like the scriptures.
Yeah, he had the setup.
King Solomon.
Yep.
He had the elders.
Yep.
I think his son started wilder.
Yep.
Because he didn't have King Solomon's elders. He had
Young nigga, yeah.
Yeah.
And YNs.
And YNs, yeah.
Fucking other side.
Your kingdom will go to shit when you got YNs as your counselor. Your kingdom is going to, like, what do you think? Why do you think the hood is the way it is?
But that's why people don't respect Chokwe. You know, he be doing around them young cats.
YNs, man.
You know?
But appeal to him respectfully.
Appeal to him respectfully, just like you said. You know, you best believe, I said the Apostle Paul dealt with Peter certain,
As you would to your own father.
as you would to your own father, go ahead.
Talk to
And
younger.
really, he's over your own father.
Yep.
Because your father is flesh.
Yep.
And we deal with the spirit.
Go ahead.
Talk to the younger men as you would to your own brothers.
So there's a way that you deal, you know, amongst the body of men, amongst rank, amongst order, you know, elders. You got it, bro.
This is Sirach 8 and 6.
Yep.
It says, dishonor not a man in his old age.
Dishonor not a man in old age. You know, like I say, even like Jake in the world, there's still a certain reverence you have. Now you got some old clowns, you know, but just a cool Jake, you know, that regular Jake, older Jake, there's still a certain reverence that you have when you just deal with Jake in the world, man. You know, and the most I deal with that order, man. Just because somebody not in the truth, you know, you got older Jake that there's still a certain reverence, you know. Because one thing about it, like the way we came up, we had boundaries, man. That's right. You know, like it was unheard of cussing at an adult.
Right.
Man, that shit was unheard. That shit was unthinkable.
And you had to say sir and name. And if they came in, elderly, what we gotta do about you have to open the door for them.
Speak and take your ass in the back
Yeah.
room.
Real talk.
For even some of us wax old.
Yep. Even some of us wax old. And see, that's the thing too. Jake don't consider, you know, that they gonna get in that position. Cause I know y'all pick up a lot of people that go to appointments, and you be driven to help them because you don't know if you gonna be able to walk by yourself. One of these things, like you can't, cause that's like, and people look at that as a thing of dishonor, you know. But at the same time, y'all, you still got your youth to help. You know, like you can help this person in a situation, but it goes back in the spirit like we wax old too. You know, that's why even making fun of old people and you know, because of their health and their condition, like you gotta think like the most I can have you like that tomorrow. You know.
And the glory of a young man is their strength.
Yep.
Like you said, use your youth or your strength to help them.
Yep.
You know?
Lord, if Lord put you in that situation,
Right.
you know, you got
And just the mindset of this younger generation nowadays, these YNs, shit, they ain't even make it to a certain age like that, man.
They open the fire door, grandma,
Yeah.
in the 18s.
Living that fast life,
18.
you know, already in the early 20s, you got ED, you know what I'm saying? You know, their diets and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, drugs and
Yeah,
shit.
they ain't gonna make it past 40 or 50, this younger generation right here.
You make it 30,
You're an OG.
yeah.
You know, I heard, I see some, they're like, the generation you're talking about, they say, that's like 21, whatever, they don't drink liquor. It's Lord. You know, reason when we don't drink, they drink liquor. Pills. All them different drugs now. It's no liquor. They to the hard shit, bro.
And you think Lil Wayne, you think Future,
Yep.
and all you rapping niggas,
Yep.
man. Because y'all promoted this shit, bro. Because when we was coming up, drug use was not cool, man. And even for the rappers that was doing it, they didn't even want to promote it. But then around with that 2000 mark, it was cool to trap. It was then when Future and them came, it was cool to use your own supply. And then that nigga Future don't even do it.
Rich homie, he played.
Rich, yeah. Now he the dead home.
It's Sirach 8 and 9, it says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs.
And acquaint thyself with their proverbs, man. You know, because even like when you watch the apostles talk, man, you know, it's like watching, you know, his father and his friends talking. You know, especially man when we were young, I used to love to hear hosts. You know, when I could, you know, just sit there and just soak all of it in because they're gonna be dropping gems. You know, so here it is. We have the luxury of being able to have access to these men via YouTube. It said, despise not the discourse of the elders, man, of the wise, man. All, like I say, all those years of stored up wisdom and experience in this thing. You know, they can say one thing and it change your whole perspective how you move. You know, based off experiences they got, man. You know,
Ain't nothing like when they be all together in the video and bring up one West.
Oh, yeah,
you know, the stories, man.
It's for of them thou shalt learn instruction, and how to serve great men with ease.
And how to serve great men with ease. And you think of the instruction. First look at the example. Like the apostles, you know, first off, they serious minded, you know, they work oriented, okay? They understand not having Eve all in the video, like you gotta think about it. That allows us to do what we do with ease. Because it ain't they not caught in scams and scandals and got all this shit going on. They keep it simple, which allows us to keep it simple. You know?
And we didn't have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
They had women in the school.
Yeah.
They saw what that brought about.
They ain't got burnt already.
They had got burnt already, so we learned from watching their hand get burnt. And I'm telling us about it. You know?
It says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers.
They learned they fought, and going back to it, they got the wisdom from the generation before them. Men that we, you know, didn't even see. You know?
I be sorry, y'all.
I pretty sorry, I clean my shot.
Yeah,
They talking about King Mashal when he was young, like you wouldn't even recognize him. And I'm just saying, like they were there. Like, talking to him.
You know, the Alpha Baby. You know, like they have all that, you know, wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, they was young men around those elders, so now they the elders and we're young men around them, but they got that generation of wisdom that was before them, man. You know? And that's why it's precious, man, because you can't duplicate that. How many people on earth got that perspective? There's only a few men that got that perspective coming from one West, man. You know, how the Lord was dealing with that whole situation, man.
And then on top of that, we got that spiritual insight. These are men, heavy men in the scriptures.
Oh man.
You know, like
think about who these men were.
Yeah.
You know?
Moses,
Yeah.
come on, man.
You read the book of Revelation, it's like, man, you know.
Yeah.
Then the way that the spirit they was in, you know, he was in to break down the chart. You know, know, the Lord put that spirit on me.
Yeah, because you don't just find it. Like the spirit got to make you get that,
You
man.
can't Google that.
Yeah.
AI can't give you that.
Yeah, I can't give you that, bro.
Man, that man woke up 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, went to school.
Yeah, went to the school, still started dealing with it, man.
It says, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need required.
Yep. So understanding, because it being around, you know, all this wise counsel, man, from my apostle elders on down, you know, we should always be in the spirit of soaking things in, man. You know, like there's always something to take from those men that are constantly toiling in these things, man.
And they say they still learning.
Yes. Yep. So just the spirit that they push, that spirit of being scholarly, checking things out for ourselves, you know, like El Pastor Hart, you know, he asked me a question. I know when I first came in, he used to ask me questions. You know, I'm like, shit, I don't know that. It made me have to go research it. Like, now you won't get caught out there, like you never know. You know, especially back in 2016, 17, you had some scoffers that had some sense, that knew some shit. Everybody dumbed down now, but I remember watching them San Francisco camps, New Orleans camps, Atlanta camps. Like you had the Christians, they knew some shit. You had certain scholars that would come up, you know, so you had to know some shit. You know what I mean? You couldn't just be out there winging it like, nah, they finna ask you some shit, you gonna have to know, you know? But it was Apostle Hart that pushed brothers to be scholarly and go into things. Apostle DeBar pushed going into words, you know? Like you say, fact check, Apostle Carr push their prayer, you know? Elder Apostle Ariel, you know, the way he used to go live every day, man.
Yeah, very studious.
You know, his breakdowns, like them thorough breakdowns, he got the chapters.
The classroom setting.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, like the Lord got a perfect, cause it's like Alexander got raised by those different philosophers. You know, like he would spend time with those different philosophers.
Yeah, Aristotle.
Yeah, Aristotle and all them. But we get to do this righteousness with, you know what I'm saying? Like we being groomed, you know, by these great men. You know? But going back to it, nigga culture taught us to not value the man. You know?
You got one more, man. Get that one, bro.
Matthew chapter 11 and verse 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
Only the elect will not be offended. Going into the doctrine, man. So we can talk about what the race situation and not disrespecting the elders and so on and so forth, man. You know, but when you start saying that when we make Israel look bad, you basically saying Yahushua makes you look bad.
That we've been conformed to Yahushua. You know? Because Yahushua, he lived a simple life. He went on the scene, okay? He didn't even deal with it, you know? He had family, you know, he was about the father's business, man. He was always teaching, you know?
And he was well off.
Yep.
His father was a carpenter.
Yep.
What the scripture say, how he became poor, so we can become rich. You niggas talking about a fucking hell trip.
One more before we go. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, starting verse 36. What I say unto you, that every idle word men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
That's another thing. I remember we used to go into it. You can't just say anything in the East in our culture. Like, you could just call a woman a whore if that wasn't true. Like, nah, once you say that, somebody hear that, nah, we gotta investigate that.
He just brought this on to a father.
Yeah.
So if he could bring that rag out there, I don't know the name of it.
The virgin cloth.
The virgin cloth.
Yeah.
He could bring it out.
Tokens of
Yeah, you gotta pay for that word.
Yep.
You know?
If that blood there, now you gotta get it as blood.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. Yeah, 'cause like you said, you don't ruin this man's name because you felt some type of way.
She could be put to death.
Yeah.
Based on your love.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's when I moved Bridgeton. That man, woman could not be alone.
Oh yeah, they had a shackles on.
Yeah, they could not be alone.
Because if a woman got caught alone with a man, they say you've been compromised. You don't know what y'all did.
Right.
Like you couldn't even be caught alone. If you get caught kissing a man, you done. Yeah, you out of there. Yeah, ain't no balls and you nothing. You done.
What about Xerxes? He had eunuchs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't taking no chance.
I looked up that word for offended, Matthew 11:6. The Greek word for offended is scandalizo. It says to put a stumbling block or impediment in the way upon which another may trip and
So
fall.
really the Most High is allowing Sakari to put Yahweh Shai in front of the non-elect. Because remember what the scriptures say, that Yahweh Shai should be a rising for some and a falling for many. So Yahweh Shai is a stumbling block.
Rock of offense.
That's right.
The rise and fall, many.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. The point was, you gonna say something?
No, that word go back to scandal, don't it?
Yeah.
You get scandal. Wow.
It says stumble, entice to sin, hypocrisy. And when you look up the word hypocrisy, it's like one's abandonment, like one's to their religious faith, you know? So, yeah, hypocrisy, abandonment of one's religious faith. And goes
Sakari, you came into, you had the truth at one time. And you went out another way.
Alright, and with that, we hope your brothers and sisters are edified. Let's give one of you all honor and glory too. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of Timothy NLT. Shalom.
Con.